Time Zones, your book review podcast. Enjoy.
Hey, peoples, this is Renee.
This is Bridget.
Talisha.
And this is episode 32, Same Book, 3 Time Zones for...
older than me. Oh, sorry.
What you say? We saw. So the book of the month for September was Loving Man by Bailey West. This is, of course, we try to, choose people we never read before. I've definitely heard her name, seen her name. I watched interviews with her when, they do like virtual book events. I guess I can call it like that, like with Indie Love and other people. And I've seen like, interviews with her. And this book came up a few times during those interviews, like other people talking about them. And I had it, I swear, I had it in my Kindle already, like from 2020. So I guess at that time when they mentioned that, I bought it then, but I never read it. I didn't even know I had it until we was gonna read it, and they said you already purchased this. I was like, wait, what? So this was a story. I didn't know anything about it. I did not read the I didn't read the synopsis. When I chose it, I was like, I knew I wanted to read a book by Bailey West, and I've heard good things about Loving Man. I have no idea what it's about. From the cover, I just thought it's just a man with a kid.
Right, loving man, like he's a loving father.
Like he's loving, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. So I'm like, okay, well, I didn't know how, whatever. But even so, to support, and to finally read somebody who was on my list for a long time, I was like, let's do this one. And so it was definitely not what I expected. That's why I like not reading the synopsis, because I just throw it at me and let me catch on, because I don't want to, I'm serious. Even when I write like my description or whatever, I try to not put too much.
Right.
But I guess sometimes it can be a little like, what? So what is it about? But like some of them I read, they tell me stuff that I don't want to know. I want to find out. So
she really didn't in this one though. She really didn't spill the beans. So
I didn't even, because other people have, I didn't even read it. I wanted to be like, just bring it on, So yeah, that's how we got Bailey West for this month. I like her. I like her writing. I think I like it. I don't know. It just seems like, I don't want to say wholesome, but it just seems like it was just sweet. And it was like like the Hallmark movies that you can like have a blanket and have your wine and popcorn by yourself and just watching like the sweet like romance and stuff. And just that's how I felt. It was just
I was crying.
You were crying?
Not at the beginning. Not like
she told her story about girl. Man, I was crying.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my eyes. I was like yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh.
It's like how you have this loving man that's just so supportive towards you, and he just leave you like that. Well, he didn't leave you. He passed away. And then like he told you not to come, or he wasn't gonna talk to you, and he about that life,
Yeah.
It's just like he just wanted the best for you, and like, yeah, it just made me sad.
He knew that she would probably like, like she'll stop everything for him, and he just felt like,
right,
baby, don't do that. I need you to get this done, and and I respect him for that, but I know that hurts. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt that boy. I was crying.
I know that hurt. Okay, so this story, I mean, it started off like when I was in the first few pages and I was looking at my daughter, I was like, I knew I was gonna do that. I knew they was gonna do that with how Black women are treated and mistreated, and when you're having a baby, they don't give us the attention. They say, you'll be all right type situation,
right,
like that.
Right.
You're gonna have it so much. And it's so, many people out in the world who, kudos to them, trying to fight against that and to, have us have like equal, it's not, I don't want to say rights, it's just equal, just treatment. Like come on, we are the same humans. You cut us, we're the same on the inside. Like, I don't understand why they do us like that, but we're not gonna go there. But when I was reading it, I was like, that better not happen. Like, I don't know why my mind just always wants to go there. And it happened. And I was like, God dang. So we get into the story, and it starts with Xander or Alexander, and he was dealing with a woman. He had a girlfriend. They broke up during the break. He went on a conference, did a little, got a little, had a little fun with one of the other women that was there, like a little fling for a weekend. Thought it was gonna be one and done, never see you again, but we had fun. And then he gets a call that, she's pregnant, and they had a DNA test and everything. It's your baby. And I remember him saying they knew they weren't going to be together. So they had lawyers, draw up like how they're going to do the custody from like different states and stuff. I was like, oh, wow, that's very, like, they were really like, trying to set it up before the baby was born. And he was there when the baby was born. And he just had, how we all feel when you see the baby, you just like never felt a love like that. Never even knew you
instantly,
could
yes,
love like that. As soon as you see him, you're like, I will die for you right now. Like as soon as you see the baby, he had the whole thing. And then, when they left, everybody was good. She said she was in pain. The doctor said, you'll be all right. It's normal. It's another day passed. I have to go to the hospital. Like I'm really hurting. And then, things happened and she died. So now he planned a funeral with, I think she had like one family member and a couple friends, but now you thought you were going to be co-parenting and you bring a whole newborn home
for every day,
right?
24 hours.
Like, so that was like the whole love, like the whole flip in what he expected. So now you have this single guy, because, he's not married, the girl don't live with, so it's not like that. So it's a single guy to me. And, he has a newborn that he has no idea what to do with. Like, he knows he's going to love him and take care of him and give him everything. But it's like, wait, how am I supposed to handle this? Even on that plane, I was like, oh, somebody go say so. Because the baby was crying and stuff. And I know that it's like, I had this one lady that happened to me with Ryan, and she just felt so bad for me. She said, let me, she did the same thing Angel did. She did the same thing Angel did. And when I tell you that boy shut up, when that lady saw him, I'm like, really, Ryan? Like, how you gonna embarrass me like this? But like that, I don't know, like that does happen. I've experienced that. And I was like, oh, and at first I thought Angel was older. It's just in my head. Because, when a baby,
how old is she?
Nah, man. The way he said how fine she was.
Like, I didn't see her age in there.
I thought they said she was 27, I swear, somewhere. But
he 30.
But
I swear I ain't see her age. I'm like, I'm going through the whole book. Like, well, how old is she?
I think they said, I don't know where I got 27 from, but I think they said 20. I don't know where I got it from, but that's what I got.
I just remember M trying to say she was 18.
Now, yeah. Oh, that helpful.
But I don't remember how old they said she was.
My head went to older. Like the first moment she said, "Can I help you with the baby?" Because of it was, to me, it was an older woman. They'd be the ones that know, but of course she's been around kids, so she knew. But, he was like, can I take you home too, in his head?
That's why I didn't think she was an older woman.
Yeah, once that part.
The way he described her.
He was like, well, she did it. Hold up. But anyway, so she helped him with the baby, which was really nice, just being nice and friendly and stuff. After the plane landed, I think they both fell asleep, which was funny.
Yeah.
Yes, I love how she said it was at the end though, but she was like, I ran off because I didn't want to see, like, I liked you. I didn't want to see you with somebody else. And like, I felt that. I was like, yes, girl, I understand.
And she was waiting too. She said she was waiting. She saw him when he came with the baby. And she was waiting on the woman to girl, be with her. And nobody came. So she got out of there. So, I mean, luck would have it the way that it happened. That's destined. Okay. But so we found out he had a twin sister, and he was like a violinist in this like major place, orchestra. So she's like a genius, and his parents, like he has a really close family who love, but they were like literally at this moment, they were just all over the world. His parents were traveling on a cruise or something.
A year.
I want to do that.
I do too.
They were going different places, and so he was literally kind of on his own. He had his friends, and good. Ain't that look? Your best friend is a daggone pediatrician.
Right.
You have all the help, you have the help you need, but of course his family just wasn't there. So he already made up in his mind, which I'm like that too with daycares. But I was fortunate enough to not have to have that, because if I had to, then I ain't had no choice. But he was like, no, I want a nanny, and you can afford it, do it,
Right.
like do it. But he interviewed with like 3 people, and he was like, man, look, I don't know, I'm just gonna tell them nah, and then who walk up in there? That last person walks up.
Angel.
I'm like, what?
I love that his sister called her Angel, like a real angel.
Right.
Like, you ain't never seen after Angel. I thought she was an angel for real. I was like, that happens, man.
Yeah, I've heard them stories too. And I ain't never seen them again.
It's like, that was an angel.
But that's crazy. So her name was Angelica. Angelica. So I mean, that was a done deal, so he was acting like he was writing down notes, like he was like trying to
right.
Yeah, he's like, I'm already gonna offer her this job. I'm glad he didn't play with her, dog. Like, he asked her questions, but right after he's like, I want you. Like, I want you to, you're our care provider,
Yeah.
He had to play the role. He can't just say, okay, you hired.
He can't. Yeah. That would. But yeah, so he ended up hiring her. And this is a live-in nanny position. And I know nannies who live in, who are young and beautiful people, have a real, thing against them. But he's single, so whatever. And the baby loved her. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The baby.
I wanted to hold him
love
too.
How she talked to the baby.
Yeah. That's how you're supposed to. They told us that too. You talk to, don't be, don't do that, because they need to know what it sounds like. So she was just amazing with the baby, but she had some pushback with her friends and her grandma, BG, about
rightfully so, though,
taking a nanny job,
opposed to being a chef.
I mean, I see why she did it. Like, she just wasn't ready. Her heart and her love for food at that point, she just correlated that with her grandfather. And that if it's the kitchen, it's with him. If I can't have him in my life, I don't want that connection with the kitchen, because that's like his thing with her. And he taught her everything, and she went on to this prestigious college for culinary school, and working with people overseas, just doing. People know her. That's what I'm trying to say.
And they want her. Like, every major restaurant want her. Like,
she turned, like, I think she said right before this interview with him, she had an interview with another, like, really, really nice restaurant there. And they offered her the job after she accepted the nanny job, though. Yeah. But she wasn't gonna take that job. No. She already said she was having anxiety about even being in the kitchen.
Yeah, just even being in the kitchen. That's so sad.
That's not gonna work. That's what I liked about this story. It was just different. Like, everybody, it was more realistic to me too, because some people be acting like they could just go and do anything at any time, nothing matters, nothing like affects. Right. No, man. And she was like really good at what she did, but she just had to take a step back. But I do like that she still, in the end, she still had family. Like, bro, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? No, you're supposed to be doing this. And, they still try to push her to it, but then they had to understand, like, where she was coming from. And she didn't, like, force herself.
I like her friends when they met him. So, I see why you.
Girl, her friends. She got 2 best friends and the girls and then a boy. He, like, they said his name earlier, but he, like, come on to later. Corey. Are they all living together? Am I tripping?
Those 3? Yeah,
they were, right? Yeah. Okay. They were all living together, but the 4th guy, they were all college, friends. So I could think he was moving back. So that's why she was like, this is a great opportunity for her too. So they all won't be at a house. And they all like, that's an excuse. Shut up. Nope, you could be here. We'll find a way. That's why, like, her friends were real, like, all of our friends would be talking crap to her, like, telling her, like, calling her on her crap, basically. And just saying anything, how they always do. Or how my friends do. How your friends talk to you? I don't know.
Yeah, same way. I agree that this book was so real and realistic, and I just I felt everything, just like everything. I felt the highs and the lows, and yes.
I did not cry.
I did, but not on the Felicia part. Mine was toward the end, the 9th chapter, 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in there.
I didn't cry, but I did. I felt like the warmth of just the pure, like the genuine happiness that they brought to each other.
She thought, yeah, she's taking care of kids. She babysat and all of that. But it's one thing to babysit and to be with somebody every day, 24 hours a day. She was wore out herself.
Hey, sleep. Like, oh, I need to sleep when he sleep. That's yes, right? Girl, you so do. I learned that.
Yeah, everybody don't have that opportunity though. You know what I'm saying? Like new moms or wives, or because they still have other responsibilities, but this was her only job, so that really helped her to stay on her schedule. You know, to make a schedule.
Yeah. Gave birth, that she's really doing all the stuff. You know, with and for the baby. And I think what's his name? Xander, he was like a VP for a restaurant group. So he was working a lot once he had to get back to work. So they ain't no together, but she's the nanny. So she is on her own with the baby, you know, he's there or not, you know, you're supposed to be there, like, you know, for everything the baby needs. And then his girlfriend,
that little weirdo, she's I didn't like her. That's the only person I ain't like. Now she was selfish. She wanted stuff to be her way.
Yeah. Found out that she was the one who convinced him to take that position.
Right.
Because it gave more money versus him doing what he wanted was for that restaurant. That's some bull crap. Like, how you crapping on somebody's dreams that you're supposed to be, you know, with and support? Like he said, he knew she didn't have his heart, but that was just the comfort. You know, he knew her. Hey, whatever. You know, she was very but the whole jealousy as soon as she saw Angel.
That's because Angel was fine. She looked good.
I wouldn't be jealous.
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't be looking like what. I'm not saying I wouldn't come at her.
Like,
I wouldn't at her like that. I would have like, but I wouldn't have like, what you doing in here? You can't find nothing else to do with your life. That's what you want. Like,
right. That's why I'm like, how old is this girl? For Emmeline to come to her that way. How old is Angel?
She looks young, but black don't crack.
Young, but
she looks young. The girl going to college. She's going to culinary school. She's been living in London.
Traveled.
Like, she's not that young. She has to be like in her late 20s, and she just looks. The girl mad because she just don't look as good.
No, he said that she had a good body, but that face.
That's what he said.
Yeah. That face and that attitude she had, whatever.
I'm like, what about her face?
Too.
What about her face? Oh, let me see him. Child, let me see him. Like, you can't be ugly in the face, and it's like, come on now. You gotta pick one. Can't have both. Or don't, none at all. Actually, none at all. But
I felt like I know that she was wrong for downing his dreams and stuff, but I felt that insecurity of seeing this beautiful woman in the house with him that's taking care of his child and like being there all day, you know, with his child. Like, you gon' fall for her. Look how beautiful she is and how good she is with your child. Like, yes, I would feel.
But if your relationship was secure, relationship was secure, that wouldn't be a problem. Number one. Okay. Number two, this heifer kept telling her, she told her and she told him. I didn't think she was gonna tell him after she told her, but we're gonna get rid of Angel. We're gonna find this baby a daycare, and then we're gonna ship the baby off when he go to school, so he can go all the way to high school, living somewhere else.
So that shows you that she really don't know Alexander.
No,
she don't know him at all.
Like, to say all that, know what he wants, but she don't care.
God, please. That's why she had to go.
I mean, I get why she was jealous, but again, when old girl had him, she was like, nah, I know what I got. Like, I know where we are, so I'm not gonna, you know, not gonna bother me to that extent. The girl pretty, okay? You mine though. So why would that, Now if I saw her walk around in some little booty shorts and doing other stuff that she shouldn't be doing.
But she wasn't like that though.
But this was
right.
completely respectful. She wasn't doing any of that stuff. When the girl came, she was trying to get out of there. She was avoiding that. Yep. She was so trifling for that. I didn't know about the nannies taking the babies everywhere with them and stuff. Like that's like their kid.
Yes.
Wherever they go, the baby got to come too. So
yep.
her friends were able to fall in love with the baby. And then was that when he broke up with her?
After all of that? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
When she finally told him what she said. What? When did she say that?
A few days ago. So you've been thinking that you didn't have a job for a few days. That's not cool.
Right. Said nothing.
I was like, oh, I love him. I just love him so much.
He cared so much about, oh my gosh, he just cared. So whatever. When people
he's so thoughtful. That's what he is. He's very thoughtful. Very thoughtful.
That's he's like up here on my list because list. That thoughtfulness, that the like being careful and patient and understand, like all of that. And your butt can cook, man, please.
Right.
I was like, oh shoot, because I didn't know he was a chef. The VP thing. I mean, I feel like anybody do that. Like I didn't know, you start as a chef and then go on up there like that. That was pretty cool. And then I don't know at one point or when it happened, but he was like upset with her for when he found out that she was a
chef. Yeah, he ain't know the background.
She didn't tell him. She's like, you ain't never asked me. Why would I tell you that?
Right. They ain't really. They talk, but not like that. And she ain't gonna just
always like send him pictures of the baby.
Right.
Yeah, it's like she was doing her job. So, and he was treating her like an employee. So, I mean, obviously he wouldn't ask those type of. I don't know, because I'm like, I didn't blame him for not asking.
Right. And I blame her for sharing it, because I mean, why would she just come out and say?
Yeah, so it's like it was whatever. If you asked, you asked. If you did, you did. Like it ain't like we,
I did like when she was in the restaurant though, and the guy, he was like, it's missing something, and she probably was just itching to go over there and tell him what to do. I love that. At first she was scared when he said he had to go down there to the so she didn't want to go in the kitchen.
Right. And then when she walked in there, she said it wasn't as
it felt like home. I was like, yes, girl. You got your man and it's feeling like home. Right. Okay.
Over there with the baby in the stroller. Oh my gosh. That little part where her little ex-boyfriend saw her. And
oh man. And she was a virgin or whatever. I was like, go girl. And like, so she didn't sleep with him, but he like, dang, you been busy. Man, I know he messed up.
And don't even know the truth. That's the funny part.
Right.
Like, man, please. That was a good one though. But yeah, she helped him and it was like perfect. And then he was like, oh, I know, I remembered you. This is your recipe from like, I remember you from
it's yours now. I was like, oh, okay.
Man.
That was good. I smiled a lot.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
It was very refreshing from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
It was. Like I said, it was just one of those just cozy things. It was just those dream relationships that aren't real for us. No.
But theirs didn't seem so like fake, like
no, it wasn't.
Like, that don't happen. That ain't happen. But this one, it could happen. I think it could happen. It was a good one.
It was. Let me see. What was an interesting part of this whole thing was her grandmother being a sexologist.
Yeah, I said I was gonna look that up. She said you ain't never too old.
What?
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even though she's a virgin, she wants to, of course, give herself to the person that she wants to. She's not waiting for marriage. She's waiting for the person she feels, is deserving.
I don't feel like they earned it. Like, like, since we've been together for 2 months, I just supposed to do something.
That dude's stupid, and he gonna fly wherever she was. I don't know. I think she was the one in London. He there thinking he's supposed to get some just because he did that. Like, what? Go sit your. I'm like, So I'm glad she waited. For Xander, obviously. I think her grandfather was a chef, right?
Yeah,
he was an actual chef, and her grandmother was the sexologist, and her mom was like a background singer for all her life, so she was basically raised by her grandparents.
Yeah,
which was another reason why his death was such a huge blow. I mean, obviously, grandparents, that's gonna be like that, but when they're in the place of your parent, that's like your parent dying.
Right.
And
it happened to actually love you, It's like,
that was like what?
That's tough.
8? How many months was it? It wasn't a year yet. It was
8 months.
6 months, I think. Well, 6 to 8.
Yeah, so it was still pretty fresh for her, and her grandmother was like, that's how I know, because she said something about you've been knowing him for 27 years.
Yes, you're right.
That was her age. Like, yeah.
She did. Okay.
Exactly how we found that out, Ashley. You're right.
Okay, so I mean, her grandmother was doing well with it, but I feel like she was there too, while everything was going downhill health-wise. So it's like almost like you kind of be able, you get it's not a privilege, it sucks, but to come to peace with what's happening. You're there and you're seeing. When she's on the other side of the world, being told like, I'm good, baby girl, just do what you got to do. And so that kind of like was a, what? And I think she did.
I think it's hard for her grandma too. I think that's why she want to leave, because she's like, I can't be in this house by myself. Like, he's gone. Like,
we talking about why she want to move with them?
I don't think I think a part of the reason why she want to move is because she want to be close to her. But also
family, right? That's it.
That's it.
Basically.
Yeah, them too.
Who said?
And the mama.
Who said something about the grandma? Talking about after the funeral, it was like men cutting her yard and doing all kind of stuff.
Oh, that's what her friends were saying. Leona and Jacory.
Yeah, because he was like, "Dang, you don't look like no grandma."
Right?
The way he described her, I was like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, dang, you could be her sister.
That's why she don't want to be called grandma, because she don't look like one. Like, don't call me that. But yeah, so what threw me off is how long it took, or how long it was before his parents found out what happened.
Not to me, because like they on a cruise, like it's parts where you don't get service,
But
not even
like
that.
A month later, like it was a while. It was too long I feel like I would have called. It's not an emergency call. He said he wasn't going to do an emergency call because he didn't want to come. But just for them to like call him, oh my gosh, can I get her number? And they don't know nothing. I was like, oh.
They had saved up for this trip. He had retired.
It's a year trip. They had already.
Yeah, they had saved up for it.
It wasn't weird for me.
Yeah, it wasn't weird for me either.
I didn't even want them to come home, but just for them to know, like, look, don't panic. Don't look, everything's under control, but this is what happened.
Nah, the way his parents set up, they coming. As soon as they find out, they on their way. Like, my baby,
after that,
my baby is there with my grandbaby all by himself, and like he just had like, no, I'm finna come. Like, so
Well, after the fact, it took them a month or whatever, because it had already happened. Everything had already been done. The girl had died. The funeral had did everything, and the baby was here. So I mean, they didn't have to rush then,
But she was like, I'm still coming. I'm still looking for a flight to come.
They came like months after that. They were okay. Everybody was okay.
Right.
When that girl had her time off, her weekend off, and she was gonna leave. First of all them poops up the back and stuff, I felt for her, because I don't know how.
Oh, at the mom.
Oh my gosh,
girl, the first one, and she had nothing.
She wasn't ready. What y'all talking about? She wasn't ready. What?
When she took him to the mall that time, and he ain't had no clothes.
They never had.
Yeah, they have. Well, I had clothes.
That's normal to have blowouts. Is what I'm saying.
Oh no, I know,
but she ain't know.
Didn't know that. So she, she wasn't prepared. Because like I don't know how we know who tell us, but you just always have more clothes than you need. Every time you go, we always have backup clothes for the baby.
Yep, always.
Because stuff like that can happen. But I remember that first blowout because I think we were at home and she was like, Angelica was in her the bouncer seat thing. And I'm like, what is that? And I turned in her whole back, just whole back.
And
like,
she just playing.
Dang, she ain't know nothing. It was like she didn't care. And so I'm like, is she out and about in the mall? And it happened in the stroller.
Wow. Yes.
But she was able to get the clothes because Xander, he got the money. She driving a Range Rover and got his credit card.
He got his big house.
I bet.
Like, is it just you and the baby? Like
3-car garage. Like
a pool.
Yeah. So nice. I ain't mad at the VP job. Okay. It gave him what he needed, at the time. But so she's like, she's in this role. She got it. So now, how like when you're with your kid all the time, and then when it's time to like take a break from him and go do something, you kind of get that anxiety. Like she had that with the baby too, which is really
cool.
You sure? Because I can come, I can go have fun for a few hours and I'll be back.
Right?
He's like, no, you good? You spend the night at, Yeah.
So we can all have fun, do what you do and stuff. And so I don't know. I didn't see none of that coming, but it was so funny how this girl was drunk with her friends. They can't handle no liquor. And I was scared though. I gotta go.
When he got the call, I was scared. They was talking about calling to the phone. I was like, oh no.
Right. Ja'Cory, whatever. He was the one. So I'm like, why is he calling from her phone?
Right. I was kind of scared.
That did. You just gotta keep reading to get over that part. Like, wait, what happened?
No.
But she was just drunk. That was it. So that was so funny. My favorite two people. You're my favorite person in the world.
She did good, honey. I thought she was gonna do worse than what she did.
I did.
It's like, are you sexy? I was like, he surely is, huh?
Right in his face, and then our friend like, shut up, girl. Here, just be quiet. But yeah, he took her in the room, and he was very like good with it. He just like he was happy to see her like unwind or whatever. And he was gonna help her with her clothes, and he was give her the clothes. He gave her the clothes to put on to help her start taking the dress off in front of him.
Yes.
Like, please don't do that.
That's the kind of guy he is. Because he said, hold up, wait, let me hold on. Let me step out the room first. Because other men were like just watching,
Right.
He saw it, he felt it because he felt it outside. But he still said, let me step out first, and he was helping her out and things.
He couldn't get that picture out his mind though.
No,
I guess not.
I was like, man, he gonna rub one out when he gets out of there. But yeah, so he went back in to like tuck her in or whatever to make sure she was okay, get her Gatorade and stuff. And Miss Drunk Thing, she saw her favorite person in the world too close to her face, I guess.
And she kissed them lips. She kissed
with her tongue in his mouth and all.
Real quick.
He kissed her back, and then he like realized what he was doing, and he like pulled back and left it alone. He just said goodnight. She said goodnight. It wasn't if she didn't do nothing because she was drunk. So my thing was, I was like, dang, how's she gonna feel in the morning? That is so embarrassing. But she don't remember. She don't remember how she got there. She had her bonnet on. She had different her pajamas on. She was like, bro, and that group.
She thought she dreamed that they kissed though.
Right. She had a group check with her friends, and none of them. I'm like, what the heck did they drink?
Right.
None of them remembered. What?
Like, dang.
Like, why you not here? What? How you? Like, Corey was the only one, I guess, who could tell him something. But I'm serious. Like, he said it did. He said it didn't take a lot for them, and they were all like that drunk that they don't remember. They drank something they weren't supposed to drink.
I'm like, what time did you come home? You left. You ain't leave real early. Y'all ain't stay out that long.
Salute to they friend though, because he stayed sober and watched after all of them. Like,
he did. So that's really good. So she's like scared to find him but she has to, you know,
She put on her big girl panties and went to go
right,
find it.
right. So he wanted to talk to her, and she immediately was
Am
like,
I fired? I'm so sorry. Like,
you know,
she like let it all out.
right. And then he, on his end, he's like, no, but I don't want you to feel because of what I did, and I should have did this. I was like, oh man,
They sounded like some big kids, both of them going back and forth. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
oh my gosh. And then he finally was honest with her about what, you know, he wanted with her, because he said he liked her, and, you know, the I like you too situation. And then before he could say anything, the buzzer came on, and his parents are outside trying to get in. So I'm like, well, I guess I gotta finish this later. But he swiped her over on up into him and gave her a big old long kiss before his parents came. And I was like, well, girl, that's your answer.
I was just smiling.
He's like, don't be embarrassed. Like, I like you. Like,
man, that was good.
Man, it's like, yeah.
This boy family, even his sister was there. I just love his family.
All of them.
All of them. Like, I was like, it's just all of them. His friends.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody had a personality. Everybody was just so, and just you just want to be friends. Like, you want to. It's like having an environment with so many positive people around you. But then he did have that one person, but that was like the closest, because you know how that works. But once she was out the picture, then everything was all good.
I love how nobody liked her. Like,
nobody liked her.
Nobody. Like, his best friend hated her. He called her Eveline, bruh. Like,
I thought he was just saying her name wrong when I was reading it.
He said it water.
Instead of saying Emmeline, I thought he just saying her.
He's calling that girl a B.I.B.I.
Right.
What I liked about this book, it reminded me like of you, Ashley, how you know how this book club, this podcasting that we got with Black authors, this book was like everybody had their own profession. Like, they were really doing big things.
Yeah, right.
Even in all of their friends on Angel's side, what they had the
real estate
realtor, and the other girl was a what? And then on the Alexander side, you had the pediatrician. You had somebody else was a child. They all had their stuff together, and I love that, promoting that. I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
See it.
I mean, seriously, yeah. Everybody
had it going on.
Oh, even I think Ja'Cory was in tech or something, and then later when we met the Green Mile country guy, you know, his family.
Oh, I can see him.
All of this land, and he has like this organic meats, foods. He has horses, and it's this beautiful man, and he's Black owned farm.
Everything. Yes.
Like, yeah.
I loved it.
It was really good. Like, to me, I just feel like it just Black excellence just all around the whole thing, like the whole thing.
It really was.
Yeah, that was really a great thing. And then it was the violinist. Like,
right?
I was like, what? It was,
girl.
And she's a chocolatier, even though she could do anything, but she went into dessert and just girl, like, yeah.
They had it going on.
Yep. And then Xander.
Did you cry when he did this for her? Is this one coming up when he did the whole
memorial? That's where I cried.
I cried there too. I cried twice then, because I cried when she told her story to him in the car, because he was like, why didn't I notice about you? And it's just like, because this happened to, you know, she told the story. And then I cried again when he did this for her. It's just so beautiful. I just love
that
it.
To me, like, just showed just how amazing of a person he was.
He called her grandma to you know, get the pictures,
like all of that, and his family, because I know when his parents came, you know, it was like everybody's getting to know their name. They seeing her and they're like, okay, so, you know, they know they son like that woman, and they know him. Right. But like, she was she jumped into grandma mode, you know, and she wanted to do the christening and do all these different things. On top of that, like the christening and stuff, like that's already something to plan.
Right.
But they took their time to come in when he wanted to do something for her. And they made it so special and so beautiful.
Like, it was, man, that's what made me cry.
They come together and they just do it. Ain't no fussing, fighting, everybody arguing about like, ugh.
Right.
It was just normal. And it was a spectacular level of normal. But like they were able to just always, hey, I want to do this for her. But everybody got their jobs, they knock it out. It was in less than a day. It was like really overnight. Yeah. To have that
really overnight.
He found her crying, and then she told him why. And then he went into action.
Exactly. That's the thing.
And all she asked was to be held, and he held her, but he
was planning. What else about this memorial is that it gave her a different memory of her grandfather. Instead of her being so sad on his birthday, she can always remember this day. It was just so beautiful the whole day
with the two rainbows,
and then the little
driving movie,
goodbye, love you type thing.
Right.
Yeah, everybody with their speeches, which is really crazy. Like the things that his parents, who never met him, had to say were so beautiful. And just saying that I didn't know him, but because of you, I know him, because you know in you. And I was like,
you're his legacy. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Was really
sorry,
I mean, right there. It's like, I'm gonna make my chocolates, Grandpa. I'm going, like I'm gonna make sure that was. And then the sister was playing the violin. Like everybody just was doing their parts, and
I was crying them 2 pages, honey. I was crying them whole 2 pages. Yes.
It was beautiful. I was crying too. Like I was just like, I just love him. Like it's just like,
you just want
the whole family, the whole family,
and not have to like tell them step by step what you would want. You know, you want somebody to know, and that's the thing. Like they would know each other that long, but he knew enough to even try to do something that special for her.
Right. Knew to include her friends.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Because they really know her. You know? It was just, I loved it.
That made me fall for him. Like, I mean, like it was already obvious, but like that was just a deeper, like, oh my gosh, he's just too much. She's too much. It was so beautiful. And their chef, that was funny how their chef would try to impress her in the kitchen so he can get something.
Oh yeah.
He's
like, what you like? Oh, okay.
But that was another cool thing, because she was like really nice to the people who did work for him. So, you know, she was just a sweet person. Like she was an angel. Like she really was a sweet person and easy to love and like.
Right.
Let's back up.
She was gorgeous, you know, but she was just, what?
So, you know, obviously they were trying to have a conversation, but the parents came, so he had to wait. And when he had the conversation with her, he was just like, I want you. I know like the sexual situation, you know, I'll wait for you, won't, you know, pressure you. He was like, that's not the end goal. My end goal is to, you know, be with you forever. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, they make out, you know, do some things. And he just like, I know I said I wouldn't pressure her, but I can smell her wrong. Can I taste you? And she was just like, please. I was like, oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, but you know, her grandmother really played a big role in her, like growing up, her sexuality. I mean, because of, yes, she was a virgin, but she really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? In the aspect of virgin with the hymen and all that, yes. But other things, hey, she knew about, she experienced. So I mean, like she had a heads up on a lot.
Right. It wasn't just like, everything just. That was good. And then that scene on the balcony.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. When the baby was sleeping, grandma was sleeping, she was like, yep, they sleep.
No, not that one. It was
not that about the first one.
That was when
they was just they were making out and they both, you know, came without penetration.
On the balcony. It was
yeah.
I was like, oh. That's what I was like. That was like an example of what you were saying. Like she could be like sensual and stuff,
right?
Going all the way, and it still be like an experience,
Right.
So yeah,
Yes.
that was really good. And then I mean, just life to me, it was just beautiful for them, for like everyone around, and you just so happy for man because he literally is gonna have like the greatest family on the planet.
Yes.
From all aspects. He'll be able to learn so much from everybody because, like you said, everybody has their own thing that they do, and I just like he gonna be sick, and the rest of their kids they gonna be sick because they gonna have more kids.
I love that he wasn't a crybaby, he wasn't a puker. That he loved everybody. He went to everybody. I like that about him.
Yeah.
Yes. I love his little self.
He all
Mm-hmm.
that hair he had.
Yeah, his mama kept saying, "How you got all that hair?"
I didn't have hair.
Wait a minute.
It's minus the hair.
So his mama didn't even know she was having twins. When the daddy told that,
it seemed like it, right. It seemed like go another one. What? That's what it seemed like. Didn't even know.
The whole thing about the christening, I was saying how he immediately knew who he wanted, right? I think that's when it happened. But he asked her as well to be a godmother to the baby.
But she wasn't feeling any type of way before he asked her. You know what I'm saying? When he told her who it was going to be, the two friends, she was happy. She was satisfied with that.
I mean, that was obvious, because
she wasn't looking. But then
he said, "I want you to be his godmother too, because of how you are with him now, how much he loves you. If something ever happened to me, like you have to be in his life, like
right."
But she already gonna be his stepmama, so okay.
I was waiting for the time. I'm like, well, when is he gonna do it now? When is he gonna do it? When? I'm like, dang, come on, bro.
Ask her already. We already know.
Every time she got a box, I'm like, okay, this gonna be it. No.
First time was the earrings. The necklace,
earrings.
No, the last box gotta be it. Shoot,
right?
About jewelry on her finger. The christening happened, but before that, wasn't it before that she decided she wanted to do the thing?
That was after he tasted her. She was like,
oh, she was ready then. Yeah,
I'm ready.
When was
birth control? And he was just like,
he said, "You ready right
told
now?"
Him to get tested. And he was like, "Yeah, you ready right now?" And he's like, "I want to make this special for you." And I'm just like, "Oh,
dang, he did, didn't he?
Man,
I know,
he went out. He did that.
I want somebody to do that for me.
Just say, like, you just say,
look, are you
one word, just say,
I can act like I am.
Or just say how you feeling. It could be virgin to certain experiences and stuff, but
take me. I want to experience that. That was just so beautiful, so nice.
Yes.
That's why I really don't like reading these books sometimes.
I'm thinking that in my head, it's like,
because I get all worked up.
I get to read
I get all worked up and I be wanting what I'm reading. Don't get it.
Just be like me and just take the man that's in the book. You be good.
No.
You just gotta lay there and think about him. And your life with him, and then just be happy with that. At least you got another, because like him, and it's so stupid. Every time we read another person, it's like they get freaking better. Like,
yes,
we're not doing this on purpose. How is this working like this? It keeps with these men. It just keep being different aspects of these just.
And then it's not money. He didn't.
No,
it's like he had money, but it wasn't like
he can cook. Right. He loves cooking. Like he likes to make you happy. And the whole
he listens. He just
When BG asked about what he could bring to the table,
he said nothing.
He was real like, oh my
God. She brings everything to the table, and I'm just lucky that she loves me.
I want to support her. I'll be right there next to her. I'll get in front of her to block any threat to whatever trying to hurt. Like, I just want to be where she is because she enhances me. And I was like, oh my God, where is this?
Yes. I was like, oh my God. Yes.
I'm like, Lord, you have people writing these books and making these people. I know you created people like that because come on.
They in y'all writer's head. It's all y'all fault. Renee A.
Got no perfect. I ain't. All mine was something wrong. They all did something stupid, except for Elijah. But they all did. He kind of did, but they all did something stupid. I don't know. I mean, this dude did get a woman pregnant. He didn't know, but it still was gonna be a good situation because he was a good person, so he would have made it work.
Right. It wasn't gonna just get her pregnant and like that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take care of him.
He said he was thinking about moving to where she was and trying to probably even make a relationship with her just so he can make sure he's a part of her life.
Yes, he was like, I need to see my I need to see the baby every day. I don't know how I decided that it was just gonna be with kids in summer.
You don't know until it
laid
happens.
eyes,
right,
baby.
Right.
She had an amazing first time. He kept saying something about we had to stop because he didn't want to hurt her. Or like make sure she heals all the way before they keep going.
They had did it twice that one night, I think.
Yeah, so she was that's why they was in the water.
Right.
They was soaking.
It's all no.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, you did say that. But see how you do something like that? You see
and then her cycle started right afterwards.
No, we didn't get that. Y'all got that treatment y'all first time?
No. Nope.
No.
Not at all. So I should have waited. If I would have waited until I was grown up, I would have dealt with a grown up. Yeah,
right.
A real grown up. So I don't know. That's just probably what happened.
He was gentle, but it wasn't the rose petals and all that.
Oh yeah, it wasn't that.
It wasn't nothing like that.
Yeah. So I can relive that moment. I don't have to relive that ever again. That it was not memorable. The christening, the whole weekend, the realtor, I think it was Leona, right? She was a realtor. Okay. So first of all, he was scared his mom was gonna have ponies and pigs and roller coasters and all kind of stuff just for the baby.
Because she be doing the most. And it's her first grandbaby.
Right. You know it. Let that woman live. It's her right. But
for her first birthday, yes.
Yeah. But
I wanted small too, man.
She said because they already had like a party. I think it was like an impromptu like barbecue or something at the boy house, like, and everybody was there. But for the christening, it was really something special. You know, I didn't know it was gonna be a church service. I just thought it was gonna be like they scheduled this time or whatever. But they did it, church service. The preaching was good. But before that, they had the whole. I'm gonna say is like Leona. She had some type of pool with somebody and was able to get them this huge house to stay in.
Right.
They even had like a guest house for his best friend and their kids and their family. And then they had put the singles on one side and the couples and grandparents on the other.
That's nice. That's nice. That's real.
And BG, of course, she was there. And I like when they were together, that's what like that warmed my heart because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so new to see her.
She was so nervous about it. She was like, no, baby, I see how happy you is. Like, I'm not pushing you to do nothing. I just wanted you to be happy. You wasn't happy. Like, I was like,
reaching for her too. You just met her. Like, right. So lovable.
She said, I can't leave
him. But yeah, they had a really good relationship. That's I think everybody in here, they just had really good relationships with their siblings, with their parents, with their like everything was just what you would want. I mean,
we not used to that with reading. We're not used to that. No. We always gotta have some trifling somebody.
Some sibling, somebody, right?
I mean, but it is real.
It do have
trifling people in families.
I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah, but this time the trifling person wasn't there, so it was peace.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
So they had the christening and the pastor, we didn't get an answer. It might be in another book. I don't know. But the pastor, because his parents was like 2 hours away or whatever. So their original pastor is opening up another church near where Xander and them lives. So they have this Houston pastor. Every time I see Houston, I get excited.
Houston! H-Town!
Nah. But I loved I was like, this when we read it, the book was amazing, right? But that part right there, I was like, oh my God, I think I was there in that church and he was talking to me.
What?
He was talking because like everything that's been happening like in the past couple weeks, whatever, with different things that's been given to me and stuff. And then he said all of that. I was like, really, God, in a daggone.
Brought it to you in the book, honey.
He was definitely talking to me. Like I was like, oh snap, because
wow,
that's been the message like for me for a minute. And I've been sleeping on myself, you know.
Well, you better listen and you better start moving, child. That was for you.
I am, but I was like, that's what really made me love this book even more, was that it had that message in it. So you're not just getting a love story, you're actually getting something valuable that you can take with you.
Right.
Instead of like the men that you can never find in real life. Like you get something that you can that's real, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was really good. With the pastor. And then they christened the baby. And of course, she was telling how the baby don't take it off his hat, touch people's stuff, you know, just regular baby stuff. But like you could see him, you know, doing all that. And then at this little reception afterwards, the mama did good. She didn't go overboard. She made it really pretty and nice. And she had the chocolates from
Angel.
That's when we found out that Leona and the Houston pastor, they know each other. Still don't know what.
Right.
I don't know because the girl, she didn't seem happy about it.
Right.
So I don't know what that was, but he needed help, you know, for
getting a place to stay.
Yeah, when he moves down there. So that's how he's gonna need Leona's help. But it was funny how the pastor and everybody was talking about how bad him and his sister
they used
was.
to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up. But everything just it was smooth, everything worked out. BG, like that was my thing. Like everybody just came in and connected and flowed. Like it was nothing, you know. Now we got BG and BGE, you know,
right?
Like and, you know, and when they first hugged, it was almost like they knew each other too, you know.
Right.
It was a warm embrace. So it's like all of their puzzles of their separate lives are just clicking together.
You know? Yeah.
And even Tatiana, you know, trying to get with the country guy.
I was like, what, girl? What? She said that. I'm like, what? I wonder what else is big. Didn't she say that?
Mm-hmm. And she said, yeah, it may hurt, but I ain't gonna complain.
Right? She said that.
I'm like, you nasty.
I was like, girl, go ahead, shoot.
Remind me of y'all mama.
Shoot, that he said 14 generations of I think
the mama.
Mm-hmm. So this whole thing with him putting off this restaurant idea that he had for years, and then she found it. That was like early, but she found it and she was like really like pumping him up. Not like that way, but he can do it. Because remember when they cooked together, that was my thing. That was my part right there.
Oh, I love that.
I'm so into yes.
He said, what did he say? Will you cook with me? Will you cook with me? Oh, he said, cook dinner with me.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so sexy.
Was it nice? Oh my goodness.
I just saw the love language.
Yes.
The kitchen.
Yes. And they were just like, you don't even have to cook for me. Like we do it together. And it's just like, it's a very romantic thing to me. Like
you taste this. Oh, you taste this.
Right.
I want to do that too.
I do. Oh well. So they like so he had the whole like the plans and what it would look like and stuff. And he was like, I remember talking to his chef friends, because they're part of some other organization that does good things for the community and stuff for people in the culinary community. And you know, everybody is kind of like, yeah, man, do it. You know, we love that idea. You know, it's gonna go well, whatever. But he listened to Eveline. And again, that was the whole other lesson in it about having people in your circles or close to you who don't support your dreams.
Right. Yeah, they don't. You shouldn't have told her nothing.
Right. They was like, and I remember because I'm telling you, somebody else told me this like literally days ago about not sharing your dreams with people who cannot help you get there because they're not going to understand it.
Right.
It's not their dream. It wasn't something God gave to them. And a lot of times they're not going to understand it or what it takes to make it happen. So they're going to be like, no, nah, that's not like, nah, that's not, you should do this instead, or you should do that. Like, that's how people are when they don't really, so you can't share because you'll let that go.
Hey, no, that's not how people are. That's how some people are, though.
And you'll take that and you'll be like, yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't. You know, like, no. And
family included in that.
Yes, family included in that. Spouses included in that.
Yes.
But that's what she was to him. So once that was out of the way, it was almost like now it started flowing again, you know, because, you know, of course she brought it in, but even the idea of it. And it's like, when it comes, it's coming back. Why? Because that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Like, it's going to come back to you. And I was like him. You mad because the time you wasted because you listened to this person instead of actually just going out and doing it. But it's still going to come and it's going to, you know, be great anyway. So he wants this, you know, restaurant. And then we find out that she wants her little like chocolate bar, jazz place and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, they have to open a restaurant together. Like, like they have to. I like how they did it better. They're the way they did it was better. But just to have that person in your corner who understands your drive, who understands your dreams and wants to support that instead of what can I get out of it now? Right. You know, that I think that was a major like lesson in this between those two, because they really did make each other better. And that's my whole thing. Like, when you're in a relationship, if you don't do that and you literally just break each other down, or like you don't get, like, it's ugly and it's unnecessary and it's not gonna work. Sorry. Like, it's not, you're gonna whatever. So that was my thing with them.
And their little tiff that they had was because he didn't share, you know, his thoughts that he had. Right. I mean, it might seem little to him, but if you share that with your other half or whatever, it can help you get through it, help you get over it. But if you don't say anything, I'm like,
he came to her, and he was like, I had people that, you know, like when I expressed how I wanted to, you know, do things, they would like down my dream. She said, have I ever, she turned around and said, have I ever done that?
Right.
And then he was like, no, you haven't. And then when he tried to start explaining like what happened, she was like, nah, I don't want to hear about it no more.
Tell him. Because I mean, I understood that. And it's like, because he you know, restaurant business, obviously, like, we all hear the odds for that. But because of him, who he is and stuff, you know, you just feel like it's going to work anyway. But he was trying to take those steps. He got his first block was, you're going to need an investor. He don't want an investor because he doesn't want anybody else's input. I couldn't believe who the daggone investor was.
Girl.
Like, what?
I said, no.
I was like,
she came up in there.
He said no too. He said, no, thank you.
He did.
I can't believe her. Oh my gosh. And she was still trying to go forward with it. Like, he said, let you in.
She said, go ahead and tell me the little plan. I'm like, little. No, I'm not telling you nothing. You witch.
Girl.
Oh, and you trying to take all my money. 50% for 5 years?
Did you say 60 or 55? 60? It was over 50.
I'm like, no.
Heck no. And I'm not going to be working with you or anybody related. I don't care. And I was with him. I was like, he better not do it. He better not. Because I was thinking like
he did exactly what she was supposed to do. And she was like, oh, it's because the little nanny. He said, even if I didn't have a relationship, I was like, yes. It's not that I'm in a relationship. It's you. Like, I would never.
Right.
Like,
and so when he went home, that was, we didn't know at the time, but that was like, she wanted him to say and tell her before she had to ask him.
Right. And that's, yes.
I get it.
Right there.
And, you know, but.
Like, nah, don't try to tell me now. I was like, yes. Tell
how the heifer go send that girl a DM of a picture of her? Like.
They always come back. I was like, no, woman. They don't.
Right? And like,
but why didn't he just,
the people
all he had to do was just tell her. It's not like he stayed and had drinks and had dinner. Why you just?
He was hurt.
I think he was just mad because of who it was.
To, have an investor, and then it's hurt. Like, he mad. He didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
but you're right. He should have told her because Angel was like, "So what's this?"
Right.
She gave him like multiple times.
But no, nothing.
Yeah, because he was not, it was nothing, ain't nothing to tell. I'm just gonna take a shower. Like, really? Because even if I didn't know, if I'm asking you, like, don't do that. Like,
right, because something happened.
Right, because you coming in here mad. So
right.
that's her thing. Like, don't shut me out with that. Like, talk to me, especially if I'm coming to you. But if there's anything, if we're gonna be doing this, just like you want me to share with you, when I'm not feeling my best, do that with me,
Right.
And I know that's hard for guys to do. But my thing was, after that, after the little argument, and they talked or whatever, but the fact, like what Talisha said, when he came to her and told her why he is like that, and then it's going to make that effort to like, all right, look, I see, because both of y'all kind of just told me that I do that, the ex and her.
Right.
So it was almost like a self-correction type situation. Okay, now I see it for real. And I see how that can
over this. Like,
right. Everybody don't do that.
No.
So that was a level of maturity.
Yes.
That made me like him. It's just like these different, like, just levels and aspects to the whole person. And I like how she challenges him, and she gonna say it, she's not gonna just let it be, but she gonna have an attitude too, because when she walked out that room, when he was still trying to talk to her, and slammed that door, like, man, forget you. I'm not gonna sit here and play with you. And he had to come to her, because otherwise men were like, no, whatever, and they just go do what they do and not say anything else about it. Like, it ain't never happened. But yeah, I enjoyed that part. And then they finally got to have the conversation of what really went down. And she was like, well, what about having a partner instead of having an investor? And
yes,
well, I don't know. She's like, well, why wouldn't you ask me?
Had that discussion already, but no.
Right. Okay. You would have talked to me.
I didn't want to rush you. Like, I know, you wasn't trying to, And then when she said, I'm not worried about what she put in my DM, like, she is talking about something she don't have. That's when people talk the most, because they talk about something they don't have. Yep. I don't have to talk about it because I know you mind. I was like,
right.
Oh, girl.
The big thing was him getting to work with her. And she gets like her Midnight by Ethos. Like, they get to have this whole building that he was agreeing to buy. What's the name Leona had found for him? Mm-hmm. And then BG is also going to be a silent investor. I'm like, so you had everything you actually needed already. You just
already,
if you would have talked to her,
right?
Instead of being a funk, you wouldn't even have to be in a funk with that old stank girl. So that was, I really like, they just saved it. They just saved the whole thing. I was like, good. Cause I honestly, I was hoping, I was like, I wonder if she got money like that. Cause I was thinking to myself, what if she had money saved up? Cause it'd be a lot better if she could help him, cause I know if she did it, it'll be different.
Right.
I didn't know, cause I thought about the dad too, the grandpa too, but I didn't know that the estate stuff didn't happen yet. But I'm glad it worked like that. But they had their opening. And everything was perfect, and she was supposed to like have hers like the following weekend. Her mama was supposed to be there to come and sing. And
she came to this one.
I was like, yeah, that's gonna be so cool. Because I think hers is supposed to be open like on the weekends, and then like brunch
Friday night and Saturday.
Yeah, so hers won't be as hectic, because his is like, so she'll be able to help him. And they got a discount because of the chef who was selling it.
Yeah, it was like, can I get her to come and do his chocolate?
I mean, she got that money.
She that famous.
Okay.
They're like, I don't need all the money. This more worth it.
I'm telling, having her on your side, child, please, y'all finna rule it. Okay.
Yes.
Just a good person. They both good people. So they deserve that it's not fairy tale, but I'm just gonna call it that. But they deserve that happily ever after with each other, because
she got someone that likes food with her,
Yeah, like
she lost her grandfather that did food with her, and then he just had a trash relationship, and now he has like a good one. Like, they both just came in and just
mama,
their life's better.
Like, she steps into, like, she's already there, but he don't have to like find nobody to fall in love with, and then they try to be the mama to the baby when he already got like a man. Like, none of that, everything just fell into place. Like, now he has the person for his child and for himself, and for business, and like it
Yeah,
just
they
all.
perfect. They
Oh my
all.
God, right? They're they just need to find each other, and they did. So after their opening, when they had got home, he was
finally
massaging her feet, and the baby would sleep on him, and then
on
her, and then he
on her boobs.
gave her a box that's wrapped up. I was like, if it's wrapped, then it might not be.
Is it a toe ring? What is it?
A toe ring. I mean, it's gonna be a blinged out whisk or something. I don't know.
It's not. She her wrists haven't got blinged out yet.
True.
No. Oh yeah, but it was small though. Yeah, he's like, wait, don't open it yet. Let me put him down. Mm-hmm. He was like, first I was gonna do it in front of everybody, and then I was gonna do it just in front of our family. But then I decided I just wanted you to myself. I was like, oh, I want you to myself too.
Oh my gosh. He finally proposed,
Finally.
I mean, I guess, honestly, you should, give it some time first, but we already see it. Y'all know.
And he been talking about it. He been talking about it.
He been telling everybody. This is my wife. Like, we gonna be together forever. But I feel like he just wanted everything to be perfect, just like he made our first time perfect. He just wanted everything to be perfect for her because he just loved her so much.
He really did. He just wanted things to be a certain way, especially why he didn't. I mean, like why he wanted Ethos to like be his thing, because he's like, I'm putting all this time and energy helping somebody else's legacy instead of like creating one for myself. And I want to create this for my family, my wife. I want us to have this.
Right.
Like she was really like the driving force for a lot. Her and man. And like, yeah, that's it right there. That's it.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, if it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have been where he was.
No, he wouldn't, because the man.
Stars. I don't know if it wasn't for him, she may have not ever got back in the kitchen.
It would have taken her a lot longer, I know. Yeah. I mean, how crazy is that? They both chefs and they find each other. Like, how beautiful. It was beautiful. It was meant to be type. You're just watching it unfold. It's just like, when they gonna get it? We know already from that plane to that interview room. That was it. We done deal.
But he wasn't trying to hit on her the whole time. He wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing inappropriate.
Like when he's with someone, he's faithful. He's like, this the person I'm with. I can see you beautiful, but like I'm not going there with you and that's a very good. I mean, it's good. It's good quality to have, but just with the wrong person, it's just like, man, please. He was the wrong person. Like, look on over there, boy. Forget that woman. But yeah, it was very, very good, very satisfying.
Yep.
Look, it was just so good. I just wanted to continue more.
I know. I would have read. It could have been longer for me. I mean, I was looking for more. I mean, nothing was missing, but I could have went more.
It's just so good. I just didn't want it to end.
I like stories like this. I don't know about no favorite characters because they were
all good.
Yeah.
I mean, not all, but except for one. But
yeah.
For
but
me,
like the main two, it's like out of the both, like I love them separately and I love them together.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I love them both. Like this couple, just my favorite character is the couple. Come together.
Yeah.
It was
really good. I loved everybody except for Emmeline and Angel Mama because she wasn't there.
Chasing the dream, still a background singer. That's all I gotta say.
Right, still 27 years later. But anywho,
go indie, boo, go indie because you wait for a deal they came. But if that's what you love to do, I mean, just make sure you're present in some kind of way. But she wasn't.
Right.
She wasn't. So
right.
Whatever. But so 5 stars from all of us.
From all of us. Duh.
Bailey West. Man, loving man. Man, that's so funny. When it hit me, people calling him man. I was like, that's why it's called.
I just realized it at the
end. Because she was like, why are you calling him man? Because that's his initials. That's why.
Yeah. Take your baby. Like, shut up. go sit down.
I can read more of her books if they're like this.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
have a feeling like they are. I love it. And it wasn't just like everything was so perfect for they had their issues, their struggles. But it was at the time of their life where it was, you know, it was really good. It was very realistic.
Yes.
To an extent, because I don't know no men like this. I just don't. I'm trying to think of people who I know who got me and still no. So I'm sorry. They need like a machine where you put the book in there and then they pop the man out and then that's it. It'd be a whole bunch of happy women around this where I tell you that. I'm just saying. Look, she looking. I don't care. Lord help me, Jesus. Okay, so that was September's book of the month, Loving Man, Little Maximus. Okay. By Bailey West. And I mean that's all we got. That's it. It's amazing.